Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Katrina, but you can call me Kay. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my updated foundation routine. It's super easy, so let's go ahead and get started.
Too bad you can't go and invest in 50. I'm damn, I ain't see make million a week. 5 shows made 3 million a week. You are now looking at the bestie elite. Too bad you can't.
So before we get started, I feel like you should grab your makeup and do this with me. Like, let's relax, have a good time, and get cute. So taking our Hydro Grip Primer, we are going to be focusing on working that into our skin, and we're going to be using a Morphe E63 brush. You can literally use whatever stipple brush that you want. I've just been using this one. I just kind of like the way it works. I like to use it to just work it into my skin because I realize when I have a really hydrated base, the way that my foundation sets into my skin is just really nice. So you guys know how much I love my Born This Way foundation by Too Faced. Too Faced is she just looks so nice on my skin, so she's just always going to be something that I use. I'm never going to change her. So we're going to be taking the shade Hazelnut. I used to use Mahogany, but Mahogany has a little bit too much of a peachy undertone, so I went to Hazelnut because it's like more golden, and I just like the way this one looks better than Mahogany now. And I'm going to be using a NYX Cosmetics 37 brush to blend this out. I think the key to a good foundation base is working your foundation into your skin, taking your time to blend it out evenly. Like, I take at least a good 2 to 3 minutes, not that long, maybe like 2 minutes, to blend out my foundation because I really make sure that I'm distributing the product evenly throughout my skin so everything just looks very nice. I recently started using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I used to use it when I first started doing my makeup, and then I fell in love with Too Faced, but I don't know why. The way that the NARS concealer sets is just really pretty, and it has a really nice finish to it. I'm using the color Amande. I know I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry. And I'm going to be using a Morphe E8 brush. I used to use the Morphe E20 brush, but I believe it's discontinued, so I switched over to the E8 brush, which is really similar to it, and I know that they have this one in stores and they don't have the E20 anymore. I like to let the concealer sit under my eye, so I'll blend out my chin, my forehead, my nose first, and then move on to blending out my eye because I kind of like the more tacky, thick kind of finish, and I make sure that I'm working it under my eyes and blending everything out. Like, I really enjoy doing complexions, so it just really excites me to see everything come together. Like, I feel like I'm painting a canvas or something. Like, that's literally the way I think of it when I'm doing my makeup. Like, I'm painting something beautiful. I don't want to exaggerate, but literally that's what I think of it as. You guys, I'm so sorry. So I put the dot right in the middle of my forehead because I was like, you dummy, you forgot to turn the camera on and film the contour part. So I'm going to make a highlight and contour video, an updated version that's a little bit more in detail. I'm absolutely sorry. I use my Morphe Dimensions Effects Stick in 18. So blending out my nose, I'm going to be using a Morphe MB25 brush. So when I start my nose contour, this is also the beginning of me like getting ready to do my brows, because I like to take the nose contour up into my brow bone. I feel like this helps me get more of a natural brow as well, and it helps kind of sculpt my face but keep everything kind of soft. So now setting my face. Now this is a little bit optional. Sometimes I'll only use the medium deep, but sometimes if I want more of a brighter under eye, then I will use the honey. This is what will take it from like just like a natural soft glam to maybe like a natural bright soft glam. It really depends on how you're feeling and your preference, but lately I've been into a little bit more like bright under eye, especially now that it's like summer and stuff and I want to just look a little bit more like open, fresh, soft, you know, so I've been doing a little bit more of a brighter under eye. And I feel like this is my little hack to a bright under eye, because I've tried those techniques where you actually take a brighter concealer shade and then do the bright under eye, but I think for my skin tone, it just doesn't really sit well with me. and it just makes it a little bit too bright. Things turn a little bit gray for me. I like to use a dry beauty blender when I'm doing my under eye part and my nose contour, because I feel like I can just get it a little bit more defined than with a brush. So I use a brush for the outside of my face and then a beauty blender for the inside of my face. And for the brush, it is going to be a Morphe E48 brush. So when I take the medium deep translucent setting powder, I go over all the places that I place my concealer. I kind of blend it up into the honey translucent setting powder so they kind of blend together. And then I of course cut my cheekbones just to make my face look a little bit more like sucked and plucked, you know, a little bit more sculpted. So the way that I blend things or the way that I apply things, like that all has a part in how my foundation comes out, because I'm literally just trying to reiterate those highlights in my face and the shadows in my face as well, but with makeup while keeping it natural. And to melt everything together and bring some color back into our face, we're going to be using the Morphe setting mist. You guys know how much I love this. It's like, not only is it a setting mist, but it's also just really refreshing. Usually I'm a little extra and I'll have like a little fan to fan my face, but this time we just have to use our hands, but it's okay. So to bronze our face up, I'm going to be using Morphe's Glamour Bronze in the color Prodigy. And then I'm going to be taking a Morphe E4 brush. So I think the key to bronzing is blending upwards. I feel like that brings up my cheekbones. It makes my face look a little bit more sculpted, and it makes my face look a little bit more softer. When I blend downwards and I'm using a contour, it kind of gives me more harsher features, and I don't really like that. And we want to be like soft, cute, feminine. So we're going to blend upwards in a circular motion. So this is actually a new product that I've been trying out. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder. If I'm feeling like the honey setting powder is a little bit too bright, I like to take this over top of it and kind of calm that down and warm it up a little bit. It'll still remain bright, but it'll also just bring a little bit of warmth back into your face. And we are going to be using an Anastasia Beverly Hills A22 brush. And then I just always like to go back into my nose contour because I feel like sometimes that gets lost in the sauce. So I just like to reiterate it because I really like my nose contour. I think it's really cute. I mean, I already have a cute nose, so I just like to, you know, define it a little bit more. I'll be jamming out to my music in the background. I don't know what I'll be listening to. So lately with my brows, I've been really into the like fluffy natural brow. I feel like it kind of brings together my natural soft glam look. I feel like it kind of just, it makes me look a little bit more soft when my brows are fluffy rather than when I have them really like sculpted and shaped. So I'm really just going to be doing like light hair strokes. I'm going to be really light-handed. I am going to define the bottom of my brow, but I'm also going to continue to comb through it to make sure that I work the product throughout my brow. You guys, I'm sorry, but I literally am obsessed with individual lashes. I think that's what also gives it a natural glam too, because it wasn't until I started getting lashes when I realized how bomb my natural soft glam look is. And just to clean it up a little bit, we're going to be using the same NARS concealer from earlier and a Morphe M224 brush. And then I like to use my Morphe M335 brush when I'm blending that out, and I kind of just bring it downwards. I blend everything out so nothing looks harsh, and I also press onto my brows. It kind of gets rid of the shininess, and then it also makes them look just a little bit more like softer and natural. They won't look so harsh. And then I'm gonna go back into my nose contour again and bring that up into my brows. I feel like this kind of just makes the beginning of my brows look a little bit more natural. I used to struggle with that, the beginning of my brows looking so harsh, and I just didn't like the way it looked. So I found by doing this, it kind of just makes them look natural. So I don't usually use eyeshadow primer, but if I'm gonna use one, I'm gonna use the P. Louise eyeshadow primer. It's similar to a concealer, which is what I usually use, but I just like the way that it holds on to your shadows. Like, you can really do some good eyeshadow looks with this primer. So using the Makeup Mario's Master Mattes palette, I'm going to take that like flesh tone, kind of similar to my bronzer type of eyeshadow, and just put that in my transition. I also learned a tip too, that if you bring it outwards and up like towards the end of your brow bone, that it'll open up your eyes more and make them look a little bit more like soft and feminine. I know I keep saying that, but it's just a look that I just really like, and I think it's just really girly. And if you know me in person, like, I like to be like girly and like dainty and like cute. So for my bottom lashes, I'm going to be using a Lancome mascara. I don't know the actual name of it, so it's just a mascara though. Some girl asked me for a tutorial on my bottom lashes, but literally I just, you know, apply it. And I think the key to giving you like that like spider lash where they stand out type of thing is taking the lash straight and running it across your lashes horizontally to kind of like clump up and make some of your lashes stick together. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just how I be doing it. So now to make us look cute and flirty, we're going to be taking the Kylie Cosmetics Baddie on the Block blush. This is like a light pink. So I like to take the blush on the apples of my cheekbones and the higher parts of my cheekbones. I feel like this gives my face more of a lifted type of look. And then I also like to go back in over top of it with my bronzer just so everything blends in together nicely. Tell me why I used an alcohol pad to clean up my lips before I did my lipstick, and girl, it was burning. I had to get something on my lips because they were on fire. Do not ever do that. And then for my lip combo today, this is inspired by SZA. You know how everybody was going crazy on TikTok about SZA's lip color? So I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk 3. And then I'm going to be going over top of it with this pink butter gloss from NYX Cosmetics. I'm telling y'all, TikTok be putting y'all on. Like, if you want to figure out something, you need to go to TikTok because they already figured it out 3,000 times. I really like this combination. It's similar to SZA's. It's really cute, and I'm usually not a gloss person, but lately I have been really liking the gloss, especially this lip combination. I think it is so cute. You guys, I love pink, so anything pink, I'm like, oh yes, give it to me, and I love it. So that is all. I hope you guys enjoyed my updated foundation routine on my Natural Soft Glam. I also hope that you were able to just enjoy it. Like I said, like, pause the video, get your makeup, turn on some nice music. You can mute me if I'm talking too much, and just relax and do your makeup along with me. But again, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope to see you guys in my next video, and if you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Bye guys, love you.
Too bad you can't go and invest in 50. I'm saying, I ain't see make million a week. 5 shows made.